The North American Caribbean Training Method was started earlier this year in 2020. And the purpose of the program is to give Caribbean coaches in the United States and Canada an opportunity to come together, train, and work with players.
We are going to spread this throughout the United States. Has been something, a dream of coaches of Caribbean descent in America for a very, very long time. And we have now to work and to get these kids to a different level.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Black Soccer Membership Association podcast. I am your host, Justin Reed. I'm happy to have a great guest today, Ibe Jonah. He is actually from the Gorges Classic. It's a tremendous tournament series that he runs all throughout the entire country. So I'm looking forward to this great conversation and learning a bit more about his tournaments. But before we get started, I would like everybody to click the subscribe button, click the like button, and the share button so that we can continue to push our podcast forward. So I've got a special guest, Ibe Jonah. How's everything going today, brother?
Good. Thank you, brother. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
All right.
Always wonderful to see you.
Absolutely. Same here.
Yeah.
With COVID, like we really haven't had a chance to get together or anything. I think the last time we saw each other was at the soccer convention, I believe.
Yes.
A little over a year ago. So I know that
It's been a while.
It's been a while. Yeah. So I know you take frequent trips to the Washington, D.C. area. So looking forward to getting together, very soon in person.
Most definitely.
All right. So I want to thank you again for coming on the show. And if you don't mind telling our audience a little bit more about yourself, how you got involved with the tournament business.
All right. Thank you very much for having me. I grew up playing soccer since I was a kid, and I love the game. I have a passion for the game. And so I came to the United States originally from Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Then I was a student at Cornell. And when I was a grad student, I was going to Oneonta, the Soccer Hall of Fame. And I got involved in the Soccer Hall of Fame there in Oneonta. Then the place closed down. I tried to restart it, but couldn't happen. Then I decided to start mine in Niagara Falls, and it grew from there. And basically, we now do tournaments almost 7 cities in the United States, and the proceeds go to a nonprofit that I run that provides basic healthcare to people in the Americas and in Africa. So that's the reason why I continue doing it despite the challenges. But it's really fun. We love doing it, and we love bringing people together. Basically, we're in the human connection business, really. We bring people together, that will bring people from different leagues, from different cities, from different backgrounds. It's a real melting pot. And the commonality is soccer. Everybody loves to play soccer. Everybody loves football. And we bring everybody together to play. Some very good teams, some not so good teams. But at the end of the day, everybody enjoy coming and enjoy playing and getting to meet one another and interact and network and do business and just enjoy life while playing soccer.
That's excellent, and that's awesome, and that's what the sport is about. The sport brings people together, whether it's the World Cup, whether it's your adult tournaments. People come together in a festive environment.
Yes.
So are your tournaments specifically for adults or are they for youth as well?
I haven't really gotten into the youth tournament business.
Mhm.
I just maybe one or two indoor youth tournaments just for localized regional area, but mostly concentrated on adult tournament, because there are, as you know, there are lots of youth tournaments out there.
Mhm.
One showcase or combine or college showcase. There are so many of them anyway. There are
Right.
so many of them. It's really, there's a plethora of them all over the place.
Right.
But there are few and far in between actually good adult soccer tournaments. And most people, once they get old, they don't want to play anymore
True.
for whatever reason. And
Mhm.
they feel that are happening, concentrate just on cash prize. But we try to, we'll bring in a better value proposition to have a fun and enjoyable weekend for adults to play. There's so much stress in life, and if someone could just take a weekend, come and play soccer in a festive-like atmosphere,
Mhm.
play, have a beer, chill with their friends, play
Mhm.
soccer, get to enjoy some music, enjoy other fun activities for a weekend. It makes life better. It's good for everyone's mental health.
It does. I mean, it gives adults chances to get away from their
Yes.
families sometimes.
Absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
get that
And
freedom.
some also do bring their
Yeah.
families. Some bring their families, some come just with their bodies and then play and then enjoy the weekend.
Right.
And really good for everybody. It's a win-win. It's good for the local economy. It's good because adult tournaments are more profitable from a city standpoint.
Mhm.
Adult tournaments are much more better than youth tournaments.
You're right.
So
Right. It brings more revenue because
more revenue.
right, the
More spend.
restaurants and the
Yes.
hotels and
Yes.
all that good stuff. So the name Gorges, right? And if
Yes.
I pronounced it
Gorgeous.
correctly, where did that name come from?
Okay, the name actually came from Ithaca, the city where Cornell is located.
Okay.
The name of the town, Ithaca, in and around the area, there are lots of gorges,
Mhm.
lots of gorge or gorges, so many state parks, beautiful area.
Mhm.
So the motto of Ithaca is gorgeous.
Ah,
Ithaca is gorgeous. So that's how it started. And so initially the tournament was supposed to happen in Ithaca, but I couldn't find an appropriate, soccer complex or field. The fields here are just, to be honest with you, just terrible in Ithaca. And they've never seen the utility to really upgrade the facilities here. Most of the better facility at the colleges, at Cornell and IC, and most people, they are very parochial. They don't see the value of letting folks in town use those facilities. So they are empty most of the time. Even college clubs, college club teams at Cornell are not even allowed to use the facility, which is really ridiculous.
that's pretty strange. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to digress. So that's how the name came about.
Mhm.
Gorges. So we were supposed to start it here in Ithaca, and Ithaca prides itself as being Ithaca is gorgeous. That's the name started, and now everybody, a lot of people actually call me George. They talk George. I have so many people call me George. What's up, George? At the tournament, I just laugh.
Right. Right.
Some of them that have seen my face, seen my name, they still call me, "What's up, George?"
Well, I mean, look, I mean, that's branding, right? I mean, you are kind of now, acclimated to the name of your tournament
Yes.
event, so
Yeah,
people
that's
look at you
true.
and they say, hey, that's the Gorge. That's the Gorge.
Yes, that's George.
That's
The
not a bad
George
name
man.
at all. Do you mind listing off the cities where you're currently doing your tournament?
Sure.
Mhm.
So maybe I'll go in not really city chronological order, but in terms of the months. So we have a tournament coming up in Cape Canaveral. We have a tournament we actually have two tournaments in Florida,
Mhm.
Cape Canaveral and in Miami.
Mhm.
We have tournament in Chicago. We'll have a tournament in Niagara Falls. We'll have a tournament in Las Vegas, and we have a tournament in Austin, Texas, and we have a tournament in Ithaca, New York, because I live here. I still live here in upstate New York, so we have one here. And then because the city tourism officials who are on my case say, "Hey, you live here. How come you don't have a tournament here in Ithaca?" So decided to have one. But it is, of course, it's a more difficult place to travel to, because the roads are just 2-lane roads, and it's in the middle of nowhere. It's beautiful surrounding, don't get me wrong. That's enough reason to come, and with the lakes too, the Finger Lakes.
Beautiful place.
It's always, you've been here, so it's a bit difficult to get here compared to, say, Vegas or Austin, Texas, or Chicago, or Miami, or Canaveral, close to Orlando. That's those are the areas where we have tournaments. And one of the things we do, we collaborate with local businesses to provide something different, something unique for each of the places where we have the tournament. So like the first one we have next year in Cape Canaveral, what's special about Cape Canaveral is that you have the space station, the space station there. So most of the launches, orbital flights, takeoffs of rockets, satellite launches, shuttle space flights take off from there. And in contemporary terms, SpaceX are one of the unique and phenomenal companies that has been in the space exploration business. Elon Musk has done a phenomenal job. In revolutionizing space exploration. So that's why we decided to call the tournament, the SpaceX Showdown. And we're also, they're our sponsor. The SpaceX, they are our sponsor. They're going to be providing the Tesla, Model T car as the grand prize for.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow. So, I mean, I got to get a team together then, and
sure.
Make my way down there.
Yes. So you could see here, SpaceX Showdown. So, and we have actually we have 8 different divisions.
Okay.
And each division is named after.
Can you move it a little bit more?
Yeah, this way. Yes.
Okay. So March 19th, 21st.
Yes. So we have different divisions, 8 of them, and one of them, like the men's open division, is the Falcon Crew Dragon division.
Okay.
Have the men's over 30, which is the Soyuz man. We have the over 40 space shuttle. We have the over 50 Apollo Gemini program, and then we have the over 60 Sputnik.
All right.
Sputnik was the first
what's that?
Craft.
Okay.
Launched by the Russians in 1960, before the Gemini and Apollo. The Russians were the first to go to space.
Oh, okay.
First man in space was Yuri Gagarin. Yuri Gagarin was the first man in space. So we named that Sputnik over 60. Sputnik division. And then we have the co-ed, named after the European, the Chinese, and the Japanese, the space program. So we have Ariana, Selene, and Shenzhou. And then we have the women's open division, we named after Artemis. That's the NASA vehicle to the moon. That's coming. Artemis Starlink. And then we have the Starship and the Orion. The Orion is the vehicle that's going to be going to Mars in the near future. That's the space craft that's going to be taking people to Mars.
Okay.
Yes. So and each of the games we have, in each of the tournaments we have, we also collaborate with a lot of breweries. So we have a lot of breweries that sponsor us. So rather than people traveling there to the tournament just to drink a Budweiser or Miller or course, no, we don't want any of that. So we want them to something unique, something special.
Right.
So each of our tournament, we have local craft beers and also New York craft beers, breweries that sponsor us, and people love it. They like coming and sampling some good quality beers, not some cheap stuff. So we help to promote those breweries all over the country. So we have lots of because we started in New York, we have lots of breweries, New York breweries. We have breweries in Nevada and California and all over the places. And I'm in touch too with breweries in Miami that sponsor us, breweries in Austin, Texas, a lot of great breweries there in Austin, Texas that sponsor us. And then depending on the place, we also do something with the local professional team. Like our tournament in Chicago, we do it in collaboration with Chicago Fire FC, so people get tickets to watch the MLS game. The same in the one in Austin coming up, we're going to be collaborating with Austin FC, the MLS franchise there. So folks will get a ticket to go watch the game during the weekend, or different weekend if they choose.
Very cool.
We try to make it fun for
for everybody, right? For all the adults and the families, yeah.
In the tournament,
right? Okay.
Yes.
What challenges have you faced so far, just operating your tournament?
Yes, well, the main thing I will say, for adults, you have a lot of people who make perfection the enemy of progress. They want everything perfect. It's like the way I would put it, they want to make the best the enemy, the enemy of the good.
Mm-hmm.
They want everything perfect. So whenever, say, a goalpost is not properly placed, or the field's not properly lined up, they just complain.
Yeah.
So they're going to complain, and then they give you hell the whole weekend. And they also, if a referee, and we do our best to pick the best referees from all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
If a referee makes a mistake, and referees are humans, even at the professional level, Premier League, La Liga, Liga MX, referees make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
If a referee makes a mistake, they blame it on me. and they go on and on and on. So they want everything, adults want everything perfect. That's the difference between adult tournaments and youth tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
They want everything to be so perfect. And if
Right.
you don't make it, if you don't, and nothing close, if it's 90%, that's not good enough. So want it perfect. And so that's one of the frustrating things. And then, of course, a lot of times we do have challenges with the weather, with certain facilities, and and then sometimes with adult tournaments, when a team gets, after the Saturday games, round of games, when a team gets eliminated, sometimes they don't show up to play on Sunday, and the other team that's supposed to play then get frustrated. But we always find a way to make it up.
Good.
We'll find a way to make it up to those teams, and find a way to say, hey, whether it requires giving them a discount for future tournament, or giving them a case of beer, to relax.
Right. Then they're happy.
Sometimes they don't mind if they qualify for the playoffs, then they don't mind. But
Right.
if they require to win by a certain margin to make the playoffs, then they get upset, and then So there are lots of other challenges, getting basically 20 guys, 20 adults to show up for a weekend to play. It's always, it's not like just one person. No, team sports of the soccer we organize, you need 20 guys to be on a team. So
Right.
a lot of times teams want to come, individuals want to come, about 10 of them, but they need 20 guys to play in a weekend.
So is 20 the minimum, or that is just what you recommend?
No, that's not mean. A team can come with only 11 players. They don't have to have a substitutes. They could come. I would say as a whole, 15, 16 is the right number.
Is a reasonable number, right?
Each team is required to have they could have up to 20 on their roster. But most teams would need would be 15 players, 15, 16 players, so they have enough subs. And then if someone tweaks an ankle, whatever, for whatever reason, then they could have somebody, come in for them. But so you have, say, a team, you could have in a team up to 10 players who want to come. If the other 4 or 5 don't want to come, then the rest of them don't want to come for the tournament. So those are the challenges. Well, that doesn't happen in youth tournaments. For youth tournaments, once they register, everybody make the effort to be there. The kids want to be there.
Right.
The kids want to be there. Once the team decides, we're going. There's
Yeah.
a commitment. So the level of commitment is high for the youth tournaments compared to the adult tournaments. So that's always a challenge. I've had teams we have 10 players who want to come, and then the other guys have some commitments. They don't want to come, or their family don't want them to come, and it becomes difficult. And another thing too, which you don't have for the youth teams, once they commit, they commit. And even if they don't have enough, they grab it from other clubs. But adults want to play with people they're familiar with, people they know.
Right.
Seem to be the case, and that's from my experience. So in terms of that makes marketing very difficult. You have to market to teams and sell the concept to the whole team so that they decide as a team to come, because you can't just have only 7 players or 8 players who want to come and the rest don't want to come. And those 8 people coming don't want to team up with another teams to play, because they say, we don't know those people, we don't know them, we haven't played with them before. But it's only in rare occasions that some teams don't mind. It's okay, sure, we just want to play. If we can team up with another team, sure, we go ahead and play. But most times they want to play with folks they know, they are familiar with.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are some of the challenges we face. And then of course there's the logistics of each city is unique and different. So the logistics of getting people there, and then getting the right hotels at the price people can afford, and then getting them there, from there to the venue. So, and it's always good to have a venue that's closer to where folks can go and hang out and have fun.
Right, exactly. That's important for adults. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's next for you in terms of expansion? Are you looking to run the tournaments in other cities? I think you probably listed off maybe about 10 of them. Are you looking at more cities now?
So we're looking to have, so I would tell you this, we're looking to have a tournament in Europe.
Oh, okay.
So far we have 7 tournaments in the United States. Probably maybe we may add 1 or 2 more in the United States, say in California. It would be nice to have one in Los Angeles. I've been getting a lot of.
It'll be a good time. A lot of folks.
Yeah, so we may have one in Los Angeles and then one in New York City, the Big Apple. Yeah. So, but it has to be the right place and the right moment, the right time. So we may have one in New York City and one in Los Angeles, like a Hollywood showdown. Big Apple showdown.
Those are big markets.
So there are lots of teams there, and I have a lot of them come to my tournaments already, and we've been collaborating with a lot of the leagues. I know a lot of the presidents and officials of all the leagues across the country, and they are phenomenal folks. The Cosmopolitan League, I know the president, he's a wonderful guy. And all over the place, I know them too. So we collaborate, and they like bringing their teams to those tournaments, because something different, something different from what they do year in, year out. So coming to the tournament and playing and having fun. So those are, and then we're looking to have perhaps one tournament in Europe and in Africa, one or two in Africa, and maybe one in the Caribbean. Somewhere in the East Africa, say Kenya. Yeah, East Africa, say Kenya or Nigeria or Ghana, one of those. So we're looking at, something that would be continental to have. And in that case, there'll probably be more emphasis on youth because you have lots of youth teams with great talent. So if we do those in Africa, it would be something that will require us to focus more on the youth, but also have the adults, and then have scouts come to check out the tournament, and then that would be basically like what you have here. And then we're looking to have a tournament in Qatar during the World Cup.
Oh, okay.
The 20.
Exciting.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, a trip to the World Cup in
yes.
2022.
So we actually wanted to have a tournament in Russia in 2018. Logistics of putting it together was overwhelming, and we didn't have enough time, so we decided to skip that. But for Qatar, we probably will have a tournament there for all the fans coming. So we'll have a tournament in the Middle East.
That'll be fun. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Let our audience know where they can find the Gorges Classic, whether on social media, your website.
Yes. So we are on all the social media platforms. Gorges, Gorges, Gorges Classic. And our website is gorgesclassic.com, Gorges classic.com, just as it's on the t-shirt you're wearing.
Right.
And
everyone can see. Yep.
And this one too.
Yours as well. Yeah.
Gorges Classic. So that's where they will find us. Gorgesclassic.com or Facebook.com/Gorges Classic. Instagram, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, and we're on Twitter. Gorges Classic. Yeah, we're also on Twitter. We're on all the social media platforms. We engage our audiences, and we've also been involved in a lot of things. We help a lot of organizations that want to do tournaments. We share our knowledge and insight because there are lots of stuff involved. I get contacted by cities from Oklahoma City, from Vermont. They get in touch and want to do tournaments, and I provide, we don't mind sharing. We'll share the knowledge if they want to do it. If they
Make sure you're charging them. Make sure you're charging them for your knowledge, because it took you.
We probably should be doing that. Even there's some folks in North Carolina that got in touch with me, and I spent almost 2 hours on the phone talking to them, giving them all the details. We've just been sharing, but now my time has become so valuable, so we'll have to have them make a donation to the nonprofit, that will do good stuff. As I said, all the proceeds from the tournament go to support the nonprofit that provides basic health care.
Excellent.
From this COVID, that's important to have good health care all over the world, because what affects people there, or if they're not unable to deal with a lot of diseases, their diseases don't know borders. Cannot be contained within a border. They can migrate and affect people everywhere in the world. Just as this COVID has shown. It demonstrates how interconnected the whole world is. So interconnected, and what affects one area affects other. There's no safety in a border.
No.
Diseases don't know borders. So
Right.
So
it doesn't know borders, it doesn't know race, it doesn't know any of that.
It doesn't know borders, doesn't know race, it doesn't know gender,
right?
It doesn't know age, and it doesn't know class. So is always important. So that's why it makes us work harder to do that, to do the tournaments. So people play in the tournament for a purpose.
Right.
Not only they come into the tournament to play and have fun, but also contributing to the greater good, because the proceeds go to support a nonprofit that's providing basic care in Africa and the Americas.
All right. All right. Well, that's wonderful. And that's what it's about. That's why
Yes.
we do what we do. We do what we do
Yes.
because we want to help others. So,
Yes.
Ibe, I want to thank you again for coming on to the show, and good luck this year coming up. I hope, everything kind of settles with COVID,
Yes.
and you guys can get out and do all your tournaments this year and continue.
Thank you so much for having
All right.
me.
So I want to thank you again.
Always a pleasure to see you, brother.
Yep. Always a pleasure to see you as well, man. And we're looking forward to having you back onto the show.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Take care. You have a good rest of the day.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.